Hello, it's a warm welcome to the educational segment of our program today. And our special discussion segment, we'll be featuring a sport, or rather a game that's quite unique especially for children. Of course, we've seen Scrabble, we've seen chess, but this one is quite unique and a little bit new right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Of course, this group of people are trying to take it all over the country to promote this particular game they call puzzle. Of course, the pioneers or the inventors or the organizers of such wonderful game is right here in the studio for the very first time. Iwomas.
Great to be here.
Yeah, and Iwoma, good to see you on the program.
Good to be here.
Is it more for just the young people, or adults cannot play the game at all? No chance. Why you focus on children to start with?
Started this from a personal space, and we looked at jigsaw puzzles, what jigsaw puzzles do for children, for individuals generally.
Okay.
So it's not only for children.
Okay, because I've not seen adults playing it though.
Oh yes, there are adults that are huge jigsaw puzzle enthusiasts.
Okay, like seeing adults watch cartoons.
Well, not particularly, because with jigsaw puzzles, the benefits are not just for children.
Okay.
Even up to benefits that have to do with mental strength. So where you see adults that have the tendency to have memory loss, dementia, research is evolving and showing that jigsaw puzzles are very good for those kind of adults. And even adults that have no challenges is something that gives you a lot of pleasure. The propensity to increase IQ, intelligence, concentration, all of the benefits of jigsaw puzzles, when you start at an early age, you see the difference in the society.
What has been the structure in terms of how you organize it, in terms of going to school, how you get the players, how you organize them to play this, how you get them the orientation?
We were particular about the children, like you said.
Okay.
And because of our journeys through life, we are keen on SDGs. So for me, we start from the main, all the SDGs put together. The 5, principal pillars is what we're now looking at. Okay, like you said, we're thinking about children. So we're thinking about people, place, prosperity, the planet, and peace. So when you put all of those things together, it was easy for us to, weave something around what we are doing. To structure it, we've been able to go to schools, we've been giving scholarships. Remember the 5 principal pillars of SDG that I just mentioned. So we've gone to schools, because we're key about making it easy for everyone. So there's no barrier to entry.
Yeah.
So because it's centered on Africa, it's African themed. So it is African jigsaw puzzles, African folktale, African folklore, all our stories, Tales by Moonlight, all those beautiful stories, we are bringing them all together. So that's what we used in structuring. Now, to answer the question now, we now go from place to place. We have outreaches like the one you saw in Bariga Axis. We have outreaches where we have to let the children come.
Can you educate Nigerians more about that in terms of the fact that they're just given a problem and they need to come up with solutions? Yeah.
So with jigsaw puzzles, it's simple. There is a picture and then you have pieces. You put the pieces together to form the picture.
Yeah.
So all you need to tell the children is, you see this picture, take these pieces and create the picture from the pieces. If with jigsaw puzzles, it is you have nothing and you are told to create something. So your brain begins to work. How do I create something? Your brain is telling you,
try this and try that. Yes.
Try that. A lot of people will tell you that jigsaw puzzles, people have different ways of fixing jigsaw puzzles.
Okay.
One of the most common is you hear, get the edges, and then you get everything from it.
Yeah.
But from our experience in the past couple of months, I've seen children fix from the center outwards.
Yeah.
If it's a jigsaw puzzle that has eyes, I see children look for the eyes first and then put the eyes together and then begin to fix. I've seen children fix in quadrants. They fix one quadrant, fix another quadrant, fix another, and then put it together.
So like in football, there should be different formations.
Yes.
Different tactics.
Different tactics.
Yeah.
So there are different ways to go about fixing jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing is, everybody has their way.
Okay.
And when we say there is no coaching, it's so that you can task your brain.
Our jigsaw puzzle is not just for what obtains. It's to, there's a solution we're trying to provide, which is the children get a story. There's a story so that's the difference. That's something unique. It's disruptive. True. We just have to find a way to do it. We need them to be reading in short bursts. When you speak, the more you listen to yourself, the better you become. It's an educational tool. We've had schools, Association of Private Schools. We've had schools that, they've embedded this. There's a puzzle time in some schools right now because you leave the children to it. It keeps them off the screen. It keeps them engaged. It keeps them focused. It teaches patience. It teaches empathy. And there's so much for time. It's fun.
Let's talk about the ages of the children that I saw there, because I knew you were putting them in different age categories, on like 10 and under, 13 and under. Does it have to do with their IQs? It's just like a system, like a computer system, even in sports also. The way someone understand this particular sport or this technique at the age of 14 is different from when you understand at the age of 10. So as a mother, you see the children play. How do you analyze their attributes, their being able to articulate at the different ages?
You can't compete at different ages, because definitely a 10-year-old child is more advanced than a 7-year-old child.
Okay.
The irony, though, is if you have a 7-year-old child who has been engaging with jigsaw puzzles for over a year,
it's gonna beat me, right?
Definitely. Definitely. But when you have children that are engaging with jigsaw puzzles for the first time, it's by age. So if you put a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, you see that the 10-year-old is likely to finish before the 7-year-old. So it makes it unfair.
But you were not really concerned about who finishes first. Were you really concerned?
Not particularly.
Okay. Because you were saying that you just get the job done.
Yes. Because all the children that were there were engaging with jigsaw puzzles for the first time.
Oh, great.
So what I was looking out for was their level of engagement, the level of frustration that they were experiencing, and how they were channeling that to solving their problem. So yes, we wanted to see who would finish first, but that was not the main thing. What it was to bring them out. That's why I mentioned to you when we were there, no coaching. When you coach a child to fix a jigsaw puzzle, it's like breaking an egg from outside.
Wow.
Life dies. But when the egg cracks from within, a bird comes out alive. So that's what happens.
That's too deep. Words of wisdom. That's what puzzle gets you.
Yes, that's what it gets you. And that's why you need to leave them to do it. And then watch their age as well. Fantastic.
So for my final question to you, Martin, is there any comparison with other board games? How do you see puzzles, the role, and the way it plays itself when they bring chess and other games that are intellectually tasking too?
The target and the focus is on getting us to improve national IQ. So the more hands we have on board, the more people we have putting, all our heads together, the better for us.
What are the programs? Is it only going to be competitions, orientation, seminars, workshops? So what are the things you're going to put in place to achieve your long-term goals? The final words.
Okay, people, partnerships. So what we do, what we are doing, what we have lined up for the year is inter-country African competitions.
Wow. Okay.
Going to sports meets, going to schools, working with governments, arranging competition for each local government, getting something again like a principal cup of them.
Oh, wow.
Something new that it's a competition that children want to participate in. Not just educational benefits, but also something to look forward to. Change the social construct. Change the story that we are always saying. We all know what we are facing. These malaise that we're facing, how the children are turning out, is because they don't have so much to do. Get them to know that, okay, I'm practicing because in the next 2 weeks I'm going to represent my school, my ward, my local government, my state.
Absolutely.
So we have people ready, putting things together. We have sponsors, we have put individual, like I said, corporate organizations, like, okay, you know what, we are taking over this local government, bring 5,000 people, the winner will we've given scholarship. It's actually a sporting activity.
Yeah, I know of chess and Scrabble.
I
know of chess and Scrabble
at the last Olympics.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it's
that should be another long-term dream. Maybe possibly going to be in the Olympics soon.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Because I know Scrabble was at the last All Africa Games. In fact, I was in Ghana with the Nigerian Scrabble team at the last All Africa Games.
So we're doing it.
Awesome. Thank you for being our guest today on the program.
Thank you.